This is what content creators don't want you to see. Oh, hey guys! Welcome to a long overdue drive with me. Okay, Drake. Okay, there are like a million gnats on me right now. What the heck? Hello? Ew. Please hold. I must be in a spot where gnats are attracted to because there are hundreds of little tiny gnats on the outside of my window. You probably can't see them. And when I opened the door, a bunch of them got on my sweatshirt. I'm actually scared. There are so many on my window. And what's happening? What does this mean? I feel like they're on me now. There's so many. That means we need to go. So typically on my drive with me's, I will start the drive with me with a coffee run. However, I'm not starting today's video early in the morning. It is in fact 2:30 in the afternoon. I have been filming content all day, stuff for YouTube, stuff for Aerie. I've been a busy gal, okay? And I also haven't eaten very much, so instead of getting coffee, we're just gonna go straight to lunch. It's lunchtime. The gnats are progressively getting worse on my car, so I'm gonna order something and we're gonna go pick it up. Anyone else have this problem when you are entering in your credit card number on the computer or your phone for an online order, and you don't actually have to retrieve your credit card because you have an online shopping addiction and you actually have your credit card number memorized? Just me? Cool. It's pretty bad. All right, my order is gonna be ready in 15 minutes. It's go time. There's construction happening. Thank you, lady, for letting me go. We love women in construction. Thanks, queen. Obviously, I'm not a fashion influencer and style isn't my strong suit, but I do love to just dress up and like try on different outfits and stuff. And most of the time I get my inspiration from Pinterest, as so many people do. I love being a brand ambassador for Aerie because even though I'm not the most fashionable person, I feel like there's always something that they have on their website that I'm able to try out and wear and style and make it look super cool. So filming some content earlier for something super exciting coming up for Aerie. It's a secret right now, but something cool that they're doing for later in the year, I was able to film a little bit for. And it always makes me feel super confident to try on super cute clothes and just have a good time trying on different things, styling different things. So even if you're not into fashion, try stuff out that you like. Did you dress up for Halloween? Speaking of Halloween, I don't even know if I'm dressing up this year because I don't think I have any plans. Sad. Halloween's on a Monday, so what am I supposed to do with that? I love Halloween because I love being creative. I love coming up with costumes. I love fall. I've been a fan for Halloween for many years of my life. I feel like I always go all out for a costume. I will share a couple here with you. One of my favorites probably has to be when I did Regina George after she got hit by the bus and she was in the cervical halo. It's pretty good. Salad is secured and I'm jumping right into this lunch because I am starving. Even on busy days like today, I still try to cook meals at home when I can, but sometimes you just gotta eat out somewhere because it's easier. If I tried to like whip up a salad right now at the apartment after having such a busy morning, it just wouldn't have been good for me. So here we are. Oh, are you kidding? So delicious. This is Yaffo Kitchen. I think it's like a Mediterranean place. Actually, I'm pretty positive it's Mediterranean. It's kind of like Cava, kind of like Chipotle, but different, better, might I say. They always load up the toppings. It's delicious. I got their build your own bowl. I did the turmeric jasmine rice with romaine, harissa chicken, chopped cucumbers, tomatoes, cabbage slaw, some kind of fancy pickle. I don't even know, but delicious. And hummus and their lemon tahini dressing. And it's seriously so delicious. I have yet to make any soups or chilies yet this year. It hasn't gotten super cold yet in North Carolina, so I'm just waiting for it to get a little bit colder before I whip out the crock pot and make like a big old thing of chili, but it's coming. I feel it. Right now, today, it's pretty warm, but we're still, you know, wearing the sweatshirt and everything. So once it gets a little bit cooler, soup mode, baby. Soup mode. What's that Seinfeld thing? He's like, shh. I'm entering soup mode. What does he say?
Shh, I gotta focus. I'm shifting the soup mode.
Oh, God. That's how I feel in October of every year. And it's time to go back on the road. Salad was delicious. I am very happy now, no longer hangry. Good times. I'm actually going into a part of town I don't go to very often, but it's very nice. And they have this one store that I love. And so I'm going there. And we're gonna listen to a little bit of fall tunes on the way. I don't think you guys understand how excited I am for Midnights, which is Taylor Swift's new album, to come out in, is it like a week away? I think it's like a week away. So excited. New music. I hope it's like Red 2.0. A lot of people have been trying to figure out what the vibe of this album is gonna be, and I just really hope it's giving Red or Speak Now, something like that, a little bit of lyrical geniusness, which is most of her albums, but really hoping it's something along those lines. Sometimes I look at a map and figure out where I'm going and I'm still confused. So, what's that all about? If someone put a gun to my head and they were like, tell me which way is east and west, I would say, tell my family I love them. Because it's pretty bad. Unless I'm on the highway or something and the sign says it, and even then sometimes I'm still confused. Sometimes I will randomly think about points in my life, and right now I'm just thinking about how I've literally had my driver's license. I've had my driver's license for 10 years. Some things just really make you sound old, and that would be one of them. Getting your license when you are 16, 17, however old, it's like the coolest thing ever. Like, I remember when I was able to drive myself to high school, and I just remember thinking, I am in a car by myself, driving to school by myself, amazing. And then here we are 10 years later. It's still fun. I love driving, honestly. Like, I will always volunteer to drive if I'm with like a group of friends or something, but you know, the novelty just wears off and you're just like, man, it's not as exciting anymore. Although I'm a big fan about finding joy in small things, because the novelty wears off of a lot of things in life, and it's best to pretend like your younger self, whether that be your childhood self or even like middle school, high school you, maybe even college you, and re-spark some joy in your life. So whenever I start driving and I'm just like, ugh, I'm driving, like the thing I do every day, all the time, boring, I try to find joy in it, because at one point in my life, it was like the most exciting thing I could have possibly done. I cannot wait for it to get colder. The leaves are just slowly starting to change. I know I've said it a million times, you guys are probably sick of it, but I don't even care. Fall is truly my favorite time of year. I think it's so interesting how everybody has such a different take on the seasons. Like, some people truly thrive in the summer and they feel their absolute best in the summertime. Like, I am just not that person. I feel like I'm just stressed in the summer and I'm hot all the time. I do love summer because of the hours and like the activities, and I guess like everything is quite lush. There's a lot of greenery, you can swim. I love it, but there's just something about fall that just, I swear it has to do with like my personality type, or like the fact that I was born in December. There has to be something else there for me to love fall so much. Yeah, I don't know what it is though. Passing the Bank of America Stadium for all my Panthers fans out there. I love fall also because there's a little bit of football and I love watching football. Carolina Panthers have my heart, even though they suck this season. However, Matt Rule is gone now, so maybe, just maybe, there's a chance. Maybe. Ugh. This is the last thing I'll say about fall. Fall is also the perfect time to be in your feels with music. You can listen to the saddest, slowest music, just warm, cozy music if you want. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it. Y'all wanna go to Hooters? Come on, I'll buy. How do Hooters still exist? Obviously, I am nowhere near being able to afford to buy a house. Ain't gonna happen anytime soon. Honestly, may live in an apartment till I'm 50 because the market is just, you know, not great. But I just always, sometimes like as I'm driving through neighborhoods and stuff, I'm always just like, where do I see myself living? Like when I actually buy a house. I mean, granted, you can buy a house and sell it and move, and it's not like you're there forever. But I am born and raised in North Carolina. I love it so much. The older I'm getting, the more I appreciate it, because you get all 4 seasons. You are only a couple hour drive ever from the mountains or the beach. You're kind of like in the middle of the East Coast. So if you want to drive yourself up to New York, if you want to drive yourself down to Florida, you know, it's a long drive either way, but you're kind of at the halfway point. I love it so much, but it's also the only thing I've ever known. You know, I've visited places like California, Arizona, Florida, Georgia, so many places, but visiting there and vacationing are totally different than living there. So I don't know. I just don't know where I could see myself. If you guys can picture me living in a specific state, I want you can go ahead. Okay. Sweet old man, let me cross. Even though he had the right of way, but okay. If you guys can picture me living somewhere, I want you to comment it down below, because I would love to know where you guys think I might fit in the US. I would love to live in Europe. I think that would be so cool. Not quite ready for that in my life just yet, but I think that'd be amazing. I just don't know. I don't know where I see myself at all. But I just love North Carolina so much. It does have my heart. When I was younger, I was like, North Carolina is so lame, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, she has her glory. She's cute. We love her. But where am I going to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now? No idea. Did somebody say emo, depressing fall music? I got you. This is me trying. At least I'm trying. Where am I? It's so bright. Why don't I have sunglasses? I always have them in the car. I really, really messed up this time. I just got a text that said my Yaffo kitchen order is now ready. Who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him that I already picked it up? Somehow I made it through this really cute neighborhood, and I'm just gonna drive through it because it's cute. And the leaves are changing and stunning. Stunning! Anyways, I'm going to one of my childhood friends' weddings this weekend, which is so crazy. God. I need my sunglasses, but I don't have them in the car. It's definitely always weird, but also in the most supportive way, to watch your childhood friends or just friends that you've grown up with get married and have children and do these like super adult things, buy houses. Like, it's so crazy. I've talked about it a couple times on my podcast, which, by the way, I have a podcast. It's called Girl on the Internet. You can listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Anchor. You should totally be streaming it. But I talk about it a lot on the podcast, how it's so easy to want to compare yourself to somebody else who's the exact same age as you, or even comparing yourself to a close personal friend or someone else in your life. But it's also so important to remember why we shouldn't compare ourselves to other people, because we have completely different lifestyles and our trajectory of life is so completely different. We also don't know what life has in store for each and every one of us, and you know, I think it's just a blessing every day to wake up and just have the opportunity to be alive and exist. And, you know, as things come for us in life, whether that be getting married, buying a house, getting into a good college, a dream job, whatever it is, just take it day by day. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. It's so easy to do that on social media and everything else. But I think something that we can all work on a little bit is just not feeling the need to compare ourselves to others, because that's when you rush through life and you rush through the good stuff and you don't take time to enjoy the small things or the things that are happening in the current moment for you. You know, I am so excited that my friend's getting married, but I could sit here and be like, I'm not even close to being married. Like, I am the farthest thing from being married, and I could really sit on that thought and dwell on it and let it get me down and be upset about it. But why would I do that? Because I know the way that life is going for me. I have no idea what's coming next or what's coming now, and I'm just riding the wave of life. And I think that's how we all should be, because comparison is the thief of joy. Oh, I'm sorry, did you ask for the original Autumn song? I'm glad you asked. Sweater weather. Sweater weather. Oh, sorry, did you ask for the other official song of fall? I got you. If this song doesn't make you want to curl up with a cardigan and like a hot chocolate and scream at your ex, then me never having an ex-boyfriend singing this song at the top of my lungs. Well, it looks like I'm gonna be stuck in a little bit of traffic on my drive home. So thank you guys so much for joining me on another Drive With Me video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining me. And as always, I love you guys the most, and I'll see you in the next video.